Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are, still in the Dwarven Mines, or again in the Dwarven Mines, rather, after our first alliance raid for Shadowbringers, and 2P fell unconscious last time. They're both alright by the looks of it, didn't expect that. Well done. I wanted to click Anogg first, but okay. She just collapsed. 1 minute she was walking ahead of us, the next, well, as you see here. Well, after all that, perhaps the greater shock is that you're still standing. I'm impressed and a little bit scared. Truly, you're wasted on the petty errands that everyone else puts you up to. Are you feeling better? More importantly, who was that boy in black? How was he controlling the machines? Not a boy, an android. An advanced machine designed in imitation of mankind. Same as me. You're a machine? But that's impossible. It's hard enough to make a fully functioning Iron Beard or wind up automaton that bears a passing resemblance to a real person. To create machines that look and act and fight like you two? Who could possibly have done such a thing, and how? But fine. Let's say for a moment that I believe you. Why would one of these androids want to attack us? I don't know. But he's not the only one out there. And if the other androids come looking up for these ruins, I can promise they won't be just as aggressive. Anyone who gets in my way could be in terrible danger. This whole place could be in danger. If they're anything like what we just saw, I don't like our chances. Don't be silly. We have our clever minds, we have loads of explosives, we have an exceptionally violent assistant, and we even have an android of our own. I'm sorry. My system took too much damage in that battle. I don't think I'll be functional for much longer. I can only tell you what you need to do. Deep within the ruins lies the key. Find it. With it, we can stop them. The machines, the androids. With it, you can restore... Restore? Restore her to functionality, maybe? What the hell was that about? A very promising discovery is what... So we must persevere. Onward! Inward! Away! So there are androids, which are machines, but also other machines, and also... Look, all I know is that I'm not keen on anything that gets Anogg this excited. Not bloody keen at all. Having seen all of that from 2B, what else sleeps within those ruins, I wonder? I knew there was something of value in there. And once we get our hands on it, they'll see. They'll all see. nothing. Did you hear something? The real question is, do we pack more explosives this time? Maybe we can fit some in your pack as well. You are coming along, right? Oh, who am I kidding? I know you wouldn't miss it. How charming that you continue to pretend to care about my opinion. Yes, we both know what your loving is. I do. And I have a present for you. Feast your eyes on this. It's a one-of-a-kind recording device. The portable archive. If you spot anything odd, anything at all, march right up to it and let this collect its data. Then we'll have a nice little set of records to review. I know, we're brilliant. Anyway, find a place for that in your pack and do take care of what other preparations need doing. We'll be ready to go when you are. And we get a song. Collection expanded. Portable archive acquired. The portable archive is now under collection in the duty section of the main menu. Fill your archive by using it to record data at promising spots within the ruins. There's no stopping her now. So much for preparation. Fine mess this is. We are miners. We can't just not dig. But if we keep going and some mechanical monstrosity pops out from underground, we're still just miners. An academic dispute. Ready? Trick question. Don't care. Let's go. Sometimes I hate being the reasonable one. Just think, machines equal to man. No, perhaps even greater. If we can find that key, we can figure out how they work. We can fix 2P and then... And what? Slow down and use your head. How are we to know that any of what she said was true? Oh, so you'd have us sit on our hands instead of pursuing the untold power that sleeps in these ruins? Twiddle our thumbs while others raise their head and claim the prize? I'm as intrigued as you are, but I would not have us put our blind faith in someone we've only just met. Particularly someone making such wild claims. Were we to bring this key to her, there's no telling what she might do with it. If you want to be a coward, be my guest. Be boldly forging a path forward as, if you recall, we planned to do. And if we can secure 2P's continued assistance, all the better. What about you? You can either dive into the great unknown with me, or stick in one toe at a time like a beardless baby. Don't fret about Konogg. He'll see that I'm right and come crawling back eventually. There's so much we could learn here. About these ruins, living machines, and 2P is the best source of information we've got. We need to seize this opportunity while we can. So, are you coming or what? Now, I personally would go with Konogg's approach, but Desiree will go with Anogg. Because she is crazy enough for that. Should you give your support to Anogg's approach, Konogg's path will no longer be available to you. Please note, however, that your choice will not affect the rewards and challenges to come. Tails you lose. Heads I win or tails you lose, yeah? I knew it. Fortune favors the bold. unidentified expedition log 2 archived. Yes, we need to walk through the entire dungeon again. Or raid instance. Which can be a bit annoying because it's rather large. And without the fights to loosen it up. These pod devices must be part of this place, but they don't seem to be particularly murderous as far as things in here go. We should be able to use them to ferry us further in again. Alright, before we go any further, you remember these odd boxes? They seem to enable etheric transference. If we get lost, it should be a simple matter to teleport back to the entrance using one of these. So don't worry your pretty head about becoming trapped down here. And with that said, throw caution to the wind and go forth and investigate. The very instant that you find something of note, make sure that you show it to me. Got it? Mm-hmm. There is something. Weapon fragment data. 1 at archived. Lots of dead 2Bs. Machine research report 1 archived. Broken Kickumbob, whatever it is. You found something, haven't you? Well? Is it part of the enigmatic key or a fashionable accessory? You knows, not you. I'd bet that whatever this is, it's part of a greater whole. Let's see what we can find other pieces. Might be able to reassemble it if I had any idea what it's meant to be. Memory of a damaged machine archived. Rusty what's it? Tarnished fingermagic. Machine research report 2 archived. This was with a tank wars, right? Tattered flyer archived. Weapon fragment data 4. Weapon fragment data 3. Konogg? I trust your investigation is going well. Have you found me some more parts? Oh, look at all of these. Hard to say for sure whether we have everything until we take a crack at resembling it, of course. But it's a start. Miss Pot. I've been so wanting to take one of these apart. Do you hear something? Function resumed. Initiating repair process. Alert. Multiple life forms detected in proximity. Life forms would be us, I presume. Interesting. If it's still functional, there's no need for me to disassemble it. Pity. Still, I say we take it back with us. Any objections? No, of course not. So, let's get on with it. Oh, what's this? What is it? It's him. Wow, how he climbed back up here in that state. Well, you're the one who wanted to work with 2P. I'm sure she would say to destroy him for good. What do you say? Oh, brother, you know me too well. We take him with us, of course, just in case. It'll be our little secret. What is this? Unidentified Expedition Log 1. This may be the clue we've been searching for. I only hope this doesn't blow up in our faces, in any sense. Konogg and I will be heading back out. I want to perform a proper analysis on these parts as soon as possible. I don't blame you if you want to look around a bit more first. Well, you had best share your findings. I don't think so, no. I think I looked thoroughly enough. If I haven't, please tell me. I thought that key was a figure of speech, but it looks like it could potentially be an unlocking mechanism if you squint. Beep, processing. It's about time. You know these parts we found? Well, I managed to cobble them together into a decent approximation of something. I was hoping that I got the basics right. I was hoping that if I got the basics right, the pod could tell us what it's meant to be, but it won't stop repeating processing and beeping at me. It worked when it was analyzing us, so theoretically it should be up to the task, but it seems we have to wait for it to finish whatever it is that it's doing. I'm half tempted to take my tools to it, but if I can't put it back together, we'll be back to square one, so, patience it is. In the meantime, we have quite a bit of other data to analyze, so much in fact that I'm certain we will need a considerable amount of time, uninterrupted time. So much in fact that I'm certain we will need a considerable amount of time, uninterrupted time, to work, if you take my meaning. Piss off. I'm telling you to keep the chief off our backs for a while. I don't care how. Say that his house is on fire if you like, or put it to the torch if you're not comfortable with lying. Alright, I can do that. No, probably not. Mine chief, or Digside chief. Lali, mysterious machines from the ruins will kill us all, ho, I suppose. Sorry, it's been a lot to take in. Did you manage to keep our local miscreants out of trouble? We're safely studying our discoveries. It's true that when it comes to mechanical contraptions, you find none cleverer than those two, or more obsessive. If anyone is capable of solving the mystery of these ruins, it's them. Much as I hate to say this, we should leave them to their own devices. For now. Lali, what a conveniently timed entrance, ho! I was just thinking that I ought to send someone to check on Anogg and Konogg. They're still poking and prodding at those what's-its you dug up in the ruins, which is all well and good until one of them sets off another explosion. Oh, I'm sure you notice when if they blow up anything important. By which point it will be too late. Not to mention that our annual carnival is fast approaching. There's plenty that one's doing before we're ready. They need those two to start pulling their weight. While you're looking in on them, remind them they've got duties outside of tinkering with rusty fingermabobs, will you? Maybe they'll listen if it's you doing the nagging. They seem to respect you, much as they respect anyone. Must be all the violence. You'll find them in the tunnels, of course. Can't lure them out of there for love nor money. And believe me, I've tried. And 2P is back. Or is this still there? No matter. Maybe it's supposed to do that? Ah, there you are. Can you believe this? What? I waited through days of processing multiple tools, and after all that... Stupid son of a swiving... Anarch, not everyone is privy to her inner thoughts. Allow me to explain. The pod confirmed that this device grants the user access to some sort of weaponry, which presumably means that it's indeed the key of which 2P spoke. Unfortunately, no sooner had we gotten it working than it stopped again. Based on our previous experiences, we assume that it's run out of power and we require a supplementary energy source. So let's hurry up and find one. The sooner we get the key working, the sooner we can pulverize our enemies. Now wait just a moment. We aren't even certain what sort of weaponry is involved here. Even if we get the key working in, we shouldn't activate it nilly-willy. Honestly, Konogg, this ceaseless whining of yours is why we never make any progress. It's not whining, it's being ethical and prudent. Shall the victor be one to our first blood or the last man standing? Why not both? Arguing with Anogg is like being run over by a trolley. What were we talking about? Ah yes, why I'm right. I agree that we still know too little about the machine life forms and androids, but that's precisely why we need to seize this opportunity. If we claim the weaponry for ourselves, we know exactly what the enemy's capabilities are. When and only when can we protect the village from comparable technology. Fine, fine, I see your point. It'll be safer in the long run if we activate the weaponry sooner rather than later, or everyone else will, I probably have dropped dead from trying to keep up with you. You say that, but you're far too stubborn to die. That's why I can always count on you. You too, most loyal and lethal assistant. Come along, we have a power source to find. I'm never sure if Anogg has a better argument or if she's just better at arguing. I guess it doesn't matter. She usually gets what she wants in the end. It's about time. I've been considering what we need in order to power the key. A hefty chunk of crystal from a knocker ought to do it, or I haven't quite worked out how we'll divert its energy for our purposes. Konogg and I will think of it while you head over to the hollows and liberate that crystal. Find us when you're back in Comram. And another thing, why does Anogg's way always have to be so fun? Uh-huh, you got one, right? Perfect. Now we can run some tests. Yes, it'll take a bit of experimentation to get the key powered up. It is science, you know? Don't you worry though, we'll have this thing in working order before you know it. While you wait, why not take some time to yourself? Have a nap, try some of our local delicacies. Tell the chief to go by himself. Anogg! Konogg! Ah, and here's Desiree. I knew you had roped her into your schemes again. They're good schemes, and anyway, you're the one who keeps sending her to check on us. I wouldn't have to if you do the work you were assigned. The carnival won't wait for your pet project. Yeah. Fine. Come on, Konogg. Let's get this over with. Frustrating as they are, you have to admire their enthusiasm for tinkering. If they can put even a tenth of that energy toward the carnival, we'll be ready in no time. I hope you'll be able to attend. You won't have seen the like before, I assure you. Not to mention that we're eager to show our appreciation for your helping us with those machines. And there's no better way to do that than with a dwarven toast to your helper to dozen. XIV. We can rebuild her. Lali, I knew you'd be here sooner or later, ho. You remember the carnival I told you about, don't you? We've finished preparing, which means it's nearly time to open celebrations, with the unfurling of the banners. But first we need an officially sanctioned bearer to present said banners to 3 of our people. And why not let you do the honors? Others are clamoring for the task, make no mistake. It's an important, highly coveted duty, you understand? But I couldn't deprive you of this opportunity to experience GOG culture hands-on. Consider it a thank you for keeping Anogg and Konogg from blowing themselves up. And look sharp, we haven't got all day. Alright. Eccentric villager. So, the wall of Bearer went to the outside after all. Nothing you can't handle, I hope. It's not that I think the chief made a poor choice, mind. Bit of a waste, yes, but there's no better way for you to introduce yourself to the rest of the village. And wouldn't you know it? You're not so bad. Ah, you're the bearer. Well, hand it over. This is what we've been all waiting for. The colors of Cromwell, they speak of our village, our lives, our very souls. Except this one. Never really cared for this one. Looks like it tripped halfway through the journey from beige to yellow and fell in a ditch. Time already, is it? Oh, my hands are so sweaty. Do take care now. I'd hate to be the one that drops the banner. Well done. Let's share a drink once it's safely unfurled, eh? The carnival is our way of showing appreciation for each other, and I certainly appreciate you keeping this banner from slipping away like a greased eel. Finished, have you? Hopefully speaking with those folks helped impress upon you that this isn't just some menial errand anyone could have done. No, the slightest mishap in the banner delivery process would have spelled disaster, you hear? Now, without further ado, let the carnival begin. No need to stand there waiting for someone to give you more work to do. Go and witness the fruits of our labors, revel, frolic, etc. If you need a task that badly, you can set yourself to working up an appetite. I expect you to partake heartily of our traditional cuisine, not to mention the drinks. Don't spare me these menial tasks. If I see one more streamer... Why, it isn't Desiree and run absolutely regular with tedious carnival duties, no doubt. It's indeed my solemn duty to eat my weight in carnival food. Eating? Are you mad? There's no time for that. We've got the key to activate. All of this festive nonsense has been an unnecessary distraction, but Konogg and I managed to make some real progress while the chief wasn't looking. If you want the details, and I know you do, you'll have to meet us at the usual place. The last thing we need is half a village drunkenly eavesdropping. Can I eat? Just ignore them from now? And just eat? Fine. There you are. Let's review our work, shall we? Doubtless you've forgotten some significant detail. As hopefully even you will recall, we required a source of energy to restore functionality to the so-called key 2P told us about. The obtained said source in the form of a Nogger's crystalline carapace, though the transference of energy from crystal to key proved a challenge. Nothing that Konogg and I, in my infinite wisdom, couldn't handle, however. Good. You'll find your faith in us rewarded. The key is now fully powered and, as far as we can tell, functional, so I dare say we'll soon be capable of smiting our enemies with a press of a button. Wow, would be, if we had the first clue as to how to operate the blasted thing. Indeed, it seems the key is a more complicated device than we anticipated. Thus far, we have succeeded only in making it display a series of strange glyphs. We presented those to the pod for translation, of course, but we cannot make heads or tails of its terminology, no matter how many times we prompted to explain. The androids appear to have an intuitive, or at least finely owned, grasp of technology, so I have no doubt that 2P would know, but... She's shown no signs of miraculously awakening, that's for certain. You, pod. Can 2P be revived? Analyzing android repair sequence. Error detected. Confirming details. Damage to internal mechanisms is detected. Proposal: replace the damaged part. So with a replacement part, repair is possible. I dare say facilitating that process would prove more efficient than continuing our own fruitless experimentation with a key. I would hardly call wandering the factory for days on end the barest idea of what sort of part we're looking for efficient. So unless our friend here just happened to stumble upon a room filled with android corpses ripe for the harvesting? Oh yeah, the corpse room, that's the thing. Odd, but superlative. You will take us there at once. We'll bring Pod too. It can tell us if any of the androids still have a part we need. Onward! Now, I'm not eager to take apart an android, but how do we do that? Tactical support units are authorized to recover android parts and carry out replacement and repair operations. So Pod does it. A look inside the androids and a giant step toward our ultimate goal. Bye, where are we going? Not far. Come on. Say... Anogg. Over here, is it? Konogg, Pod, stop dallying. How disturbing. The color of their garb is different, but they do appear to be of the same make as 2P. Which means, ghoulish or not, we can make use of them. This is truly excellent, Konogg. My understanding is that Pod should be able to salvage the correct part and initiate the repairs. Let's see. And back out. The more we learn about the android's technology, the more fascinating and unnerving it becomes. Who could possibly have created this? Part compatibility confirmed. Must be instructed every single time? Go on, Pod. Fix 2P. Did it work? Repair process complete. Restore the... What was I saying? I hope that the part replacement won't result in memory loss. We have too many unanswered questions. Everything you know is wrong. Sweet success. Let's not waste any more time about it. 2P, do you remember what happened? I was damaged in combat, and you brought me here. And then you wildly inconvenienced us by dying on the table, yes. Fortunately for you, we were clever enough to pick up Pot here. Matter of fact that we are having this conversation, I assume it succeeded in repairing the damage. I see. Did you locate the key as I instructed? Despite how little information we had to go on, we did. It's fully operational as far as we can tell, so... Can you use it? What, an earthquake? Everyone outside now! That doesn't look like an earthquake. That looks like area bombardment. The mountain! What happened to the mountain? This isn't... Anogg, look! Tupino, there are too many. Worried about me? Don't be. What's the meaning of this? It means that your assistance is no longer necessary. Yeah. Have it your way then. See the world to its end. I know I worried, but I thought she was our friend. And who are you? Is your dress about to turn white? Because if so... I'm Johann number 2, Type B unit. But you may call me 2B. I'm here to destroy the androids in white. We can discuss this later. Right now, we've got to stop 2P. And with that, the puppet's bunker is accessible. What have I done? We've made a fine mess of things, to be sure, but it's hardly the first time. Nothing for it but to fix it. Careful, they may intend for us to follow. Alright, but we go there next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.